Not just it.
We on. We ain't on live though. I'm just recording. I'm just touching bases with you again on the St. Francis Dunbar. You hear me, good people? St. Francis Dunbar. And your opinion on should that game be played? My opinion is I think the game should be played. But my information is limited right now as far as the age of the players on St. Francis team. However, I got news that they haven't broke any rules, right? They haven't broken any rules. So if they haven't breaking any rules, why not play, right? If they ain't breaking no rules by the eligibility thing, because if right now is either that's a rumor, which is a bad rumor to make it seem like you got St. Francis out here with players that should be in college. And you got teams like Calvert Hall, St. Joe, Gilman, McDonough refusing to play them, right? Now, if they meet all guidelines, they don't have nobody that's older. Why not play them? Now, I don't think that's fair, right? Now, a lot of people, I got a lot of pushback yesterday about the St. Francis Dunbar. And they say, Taz, I'm telling you, no. Them boys gonna get hurt out there. They'll get hurt out there. St. Francis, I'm telling you, them boys will hurt Dunbar out there. First of all, people need to ask the players, would they even want to play that game? Right? Second of all, I think it'll be outstanding, be great for both programs, and it will bring more light to the city. Even more light, because we need it. Ain't like we is a hotbed, right? So anyway, they say no, Chaz. No. Dunbar, listen here, man. Just won a city championship. Going to break the record this year for state championships. Salute Lawrence Smith, coach. You know what I mean? So y'all got miss me with all that. Miss me with all that. I understand, I feel as though our boys can compete, but that's my opinion. I feel like they could compete, and I'm not. Listen here, St. Francis, they deserve everything that they get. Them boys, because they still bring light to the city. I love what they doing down there, but we need that game, man. East Baltimore need that game. See, I know we ain't really neighborhood no more. The neighborhood thing don't really, it's not as tight as it used to be. But for the city, we need that game. Now, see that?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'll let you real quick. Just real quick. Let me just get your opinion on a couple of things.
Talk to them.
First of all, tell the people who you are.
C-Dot. Coach Dotson. Calvin Dotson. Former player from the area.
Mm-hmm. And what's your foundation?
The Kevin Dotson Foundation, man. Local 501c3 nonprofit. In the name of Kevin Dotson, my brother.
Already. Yes, now, you have anything to say about the shirt orders or anything like that? Sweatshirts or the I Need You Foundation? I mean,
taking pre-orders. We definitely restocking and, resurging, the market and, reinventing and revamping everything right now. Get ready to come back strong. Been shifting our focus hard into the youth and, getting into the youth basketball and my son's team and, getting ourselves engaged in the community with more youth in the community.
Okay. Salute. Now, yesterday before I posed the question to everybody else, we was going back and forth Me, you, Dipper, and I think Keefe was going back and forth on the St. Francis and Dunbar game, right? First, I posed to y'all. Y'all thought I was out my mind, right? And then I at this time, I'm looking at them like, I don't see it. I got Biggie in my head. I want a Dunbar. Ninjas bleed just like us. Picture me being scared of it. You know what I'm saying? That's how we Dunbar, we giant slayers. I mean, that's generational. That's what we do. So to say like just JV this though, like, no, Tez, it's too much. Now telling people why you feel as though, and listen here, Calvin graduated from Dunbar, so it's not like, yeah. Now let me get your opinion. Why would you think that wouldn't be a good game?
Football, Tez, just a different animal to me. Different game. I got a lot of respect and admiration for those guys that go put those pads on and get out there. And I say admiration slightly just because I did play.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, what it's like to put those pads on and do Oklahoma drill and,
But you played quarterback, so how much hitting did you really do though?
Well, that's the reason I, evolved into the quarterback position, Use my brain and my leadership ability.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. He wasn't an Oak like that.
He started out, got some Oklahomas in the beginning, early going my rec ball, my Pop Warner years, and time I got to high school, participated freshman football, Mount St. Joe. I was out of the Oklahoma drills. I was good. I was good on those. I was no longer participating in those drills.
Now, let me try and translate that for you guys. That's me just saying like he ain't hitting like that. And another opinion is he's saying St. Francis hit too hard for Dunbar. That they might hurt them boys. Is that what you're saying? Because you brought up, he ain't bring up 7-on-7.
Hey, man.
He ain't even bring up scrimmaging. He went straight to a drill that ain't that a violation now? You can't do that now?
They do them no more. Yeah, I think they've been, ruled out, outlawed of the game, man, in practice again. I always, I always felt like that should have been the case anyway. I don't know. I was always looking at coaches a little side eye when it was time to do the Oklahoma drills. And some of the ones alike, they've taken a lot of the hitting out of the practices now, and again, the unnecessary contact, because again, once you get into that game, it's a game of chicken. Then it ain't no getting out the way and ducking that bump.
That's it. I think, in my opinion, I hate it because that's a part of a strategy in the game is to intimidate somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
When you take that out the game, it sucks. Because now, because if I played tight end today, that tight end pop pass, I used to be scared of that since 8-10 all the way to my 12th grade year. When the coach called tight end pop pass, this ain't going to be good. Even though 90% was good, but I catch it and get down. Back when we played, it was wow.
Gonna take that hit.
Today, I wish you would. I wish you would lay him out. And it being UTEL, it's really been implemented because now they really is less penalties in the NFL anyway with the helmet and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I think they did it. It's a softer game, but I like it.
I don't know if it's reached the high school level quite yet and how it's being officiated and viewed there. I'll be honest with you. I know kids are still taking some mammoth shots out there on that football field. And,
So that's what you think you had for Dunbar then, huh?
Well, I'm just saying again, at this level and stage, my whole point is, other than the good point that you make, the proximity of the schools and them being so close, and Dunbar having the history that it does on the football field, I can understand, some folks wanting to see that game, but in my estimation, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, there are plenty of schools within the radius of St. Francis that I'm sure aren't lining up to play them. Do you understand me? Again, you can be in the area, but that don't mean you're on the level of a St. Francis caliber football team. And playing that football game, man. It's just, again, physical game. Not for the faint of the heart, for the weak.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm not saying that's Dunbar by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Just telling you again the nature of the football game, man. It's a physical game. And I don't think kids at Dunbar need to be subject to that caliber and size and skill of and strength of St. Francis right now. Not right now.
Now, I get it. I understand. Now, in my opinion, I feel like they should have a little series. And what I mean by a series, 2 years on, 1 year off, 1-1. 1-1. You play 1 year down St. Francis. Well, honestly, people, Baltimore, if you played that game, you have to have that game at Morgan. You have to. If Dunbar and Maryville did numbers, they did numbers. That game did numbers. Did numbers. I mean, it was a big letdown. But it did numbers. So just imagine St. Francis and Dunbar. Come on, man. Ask the kids, do they want to play this? That's what I'm saying. Ask the kids, do they want to play? Do they want to play that game?
I'm sure the kids do. I'm sure, if you ask them, I don't think you get any kids saying no.
I got another question for you, too. That's another thing. And I know, because you transferred in from the Catholic League, things of that nature, right? And we discussed off camera about St. Francis, and I told you that I looked up the age limit, as far as, listen here, people, if the kid turns, the age limit is like this. If a kid turned 19 before August the 31st of the upcoming school year, he too old to play. Now, if he turned 19 after August the 31st, he could play. So September the 1st, if he turn 19, he good. He good. Right? So, back to Calvin. Excuse me. Back to Calvin. Now, like you said, they haven't broken no rules, right? They ain't been sanctioned or nothing. And listen, this ain't me trying to make St. Francis out either. No. But if they ain't, this is how I feel. If they haven't breaking any rules, you shouldn't feel like I'm making them hot. First of all, if you ain't breaking no rules, you should be cool. Second of all, if they haven't broken no rules, and you got private schools, Calvin Hall, St. Joe, Gilman, and what's the other, Madonna? I'm talking about, and I'm pretty sure, is Loyola in there too? Well, everybody. It seems like it's a pack that they're like, oh no, we just ain't gonna play them. That's not fair, man. It's great that they got the national schedule. Because if they didn't get the players that they recruit, like how would the program be? How would it look? I bet you, Calvin Hall, St. Joe, Gilman, and McDonald will play up there.
I'm sure there's some games they'd be able to find. East Coast regional schedule. Had to go up to PA, down to Virginia, baby. So I don't think they'd have any problems finding anything.
Being number one in the area, I'm proud of them guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is they still not going to get the respect that they deserve because to be the man, you gotta beat the man. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And see, I look at it because I love history, right? You got two historical black high schools, one private and one public. You know what I'm saying? One only this was the black school at one point. When it wasn't, it wasn't, nah, we all gonna go to this here. If you over East Baltimore, it's Dunbar. If you live over West Baltimore, it's Douglas. So I'm gonna always give love to those two programs, always. And then St. Francis, I'm gonna always give love to St. Francis. And especially because, for real, you can still say they program still fairly new. It's not like they got generations of boom, 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 like they basketball, but you hear that they football is that. So it's kudos to those guys. Now, on the flip side of that though, if they is doing something funny though, I can understand. But if they ain't get caught up with no nothing like that, nah, man. Because they doing what everybody else did. And leading into that, because we're going to get into the basketball aspect of being 19 in high school and things of that nature. And I know it's going to be a little touchy. It's going to be a touchy little subject for some. You know what I mean? But this is a conversation. It's TEDS TV. This is what we do. We make people uncomfortable at times. However, it's all love and respect. So, is it anything last year like to say about this topic before I get up out of here?
Nah, man, I'm good on it. You know what I mean? I'm good on it. I don't think either program has anything to shy away from. You know, in terms of the pride and responsibility they have to their players. Mm-hmm. It's just levels to it, man. This is what it boils down to. That football program at St. Francis was put there for a reason. Mm-hmm. And I'll just say that. Okay. And, it's there and it's thriving and the kids and the families are benefiting, from free education in some cases. And like you say, it's a new program. And so we'll see, what the success rate and the outcomes become, of these kids and families that are, investing their time and their kids' bodies and mentals into that St. Francis program. We know what the Dunbar program produces. Mm-hmm. I think it's been around, like you say, long enough. Historical, context there is, kind of speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. So St. Francis, man, like I said, let them guys be great. Mm-hmm. Let them do what they do, and we'll keep our heads down and keep, chopping wood over at Sugar Cane and over at Dunbar, man. And, like I said, if those paths so happen to cross and we those kids are lucky enough to compete against one another on the same field one day, man, I hope I'm here to see it, hope I'm here to see it.
All right, y'all, coming live for TEDS TV. But before I get out of here, because I got to get the kid name for Dunbar that's going to an Ivy League school. Yes, I know what you're saying. Ivy League schools don't give out sports scholarship. However, you see how smart the man is that he got accepted to an Ivy League school. But I will get that information later on. Coming live from TEDS TV. I holla.